Put your hands together for Maui's own Vince Foti!
Keep it going for Sunny Dennis, everybody. Sunny Dennis. Oh, the playground. So happy to be at the playground. I love the playground. I love doing comedy at the playground. It's so much better than doing comedy at a playground. That shit sucks. Everybody's like, get away from my kids. The playground, of course, home of the world's largest QR code. If you take a picture of the stage, the beer menu comes up, so that's pretty sweet. I love the way that the playground is decorated. Don't forget to stick around after the show. This whole place turns into laser tag. It's going to be a great time. I came a long way to be here tonight. I came here all the way from Kihei, so give it up for that. As I was driving here, I was in my car and I was listening to dubstep. So I'm driving, you know, and I'm like, and then I realized that my radio was off and I just have a really shitty car. That's not great. I got pulled over for speeding the other day, and I don't understand why we pull people over for speeding, right? If you're speeding, you got somewhere to be, let that person go. You know who we should be pulling over? Is people driving exactly the speed limit. Those motherfuckers are hiding something. I mean, think about it. Have you ever driven exactly the speed limit when you weren't drunk? Or had drugs in the car? Or an expired registration? Or in my case, all three? No. Nobody's driving the speed limit because they want to. I'm driving the speed limit because I'm 36 and I can't afford another DUI right now. But I'm in my 30s. I like being in my 30s. Being in your 30s is fun. It has some pluses and some minuses. One of the things I like about being in your 30s is that when you're in your 30s, people stop giving you advice, which I like. You know, they're like, if he hasn't figured it out by now, he's probably not going to. I'll give you an example. Like, I'm a waiter, and when I was in my 20s, people would talk to me and they'd be like, oh, how old are you? You're 20? Well, you know what you should do? You should go back to school. You can take this 2-year business program. You can learn how to run your own business. It's never too late to invest in your own future. And now I'm 36 and I'm waiting tables, and people are like, how old are you? Oh, you're 36? You know what you should do? You should bring me my fucking Diet Coke that I asked for. Like, oh yeah, I forgot. I'll be right back. Now that I'm in my 30s, I find myself doing this thing where I compare myself to people who are the same age as me, who have accomplished way more than me. Did you ever do that? Like, this is true, alright? I'm 36, that means I'm the same age as LeBron James. That's not even the punchline. LeBron James and I, our lives have taken very different paths. LeBron James, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Not even in the top 10. I'm starting to think I might never be one of the greatest basketball players of all time. LeBron James and I have both been to Miami. And that's it. That's where the similarities between me and LeBron James end. But you know what? Just because LeBron James has a great basketball career doesn't mean I should sell myself short. You know, I've got a good comedy career going. I get to be on awesome shows like this. I've got to open for some of my favorite comedians. And I was in the movie Trainwreck starring Amy Schumer and Bill Hader. Oh, wait a second. That was LeBron James. LeBron James has accomplished more in his comedy career than I have. Ah, LeBron! Good guy, though. Now that I'm in my 30s, a lot of my friends have been having kids. And I don't know if you can tell from looking at me, but people don't ask me to babysit very often. But I did get asked to babysit recently for the first time. And I gotta be honest, I didn't think I was gonna like it. I didn't think I was gonna have a good time. Then I get there, I start talking to the kid, he's 5, so I'm like, hey buddy, what do you want to do? Well, Uncle Vinny's here. And he's like, I want to eat snacks and play video games. I'm like, that's awesome, that's what I wanted to do. So apparently being a good babysitter is just doing stuff that I normally do, but with a 5-year-old. So we got really stoned, and it didn't take very long either. 5-year-olds have no tolerance. So we're hanging out, we're playing video games. It's his house, so he's player 1, I'm player 2. But it was my turn to pick a level. So he asked me what level I wanted to play, and then I told him, and then he picked the wrong level. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? I just told you what level I want to play, and you picked the wrong level. And he said something to me that I'll never forget. He looked at me and he goes, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know how to read. Which surprised me for a couple of reasons. One, I had never heard somebody say that with so much confidence before. And 2, that's a great excuse. I never even thought about that. That works in any situation. Vince, how come those reports aren't on my desk? Oh, I'm sorry, boss. I don't know how to read. What's that? I'm fired? Okay, that's fair. Now, I know that some of you didn't laugh at that last joke. I think I know why. It's because illiteracy is no laughing matter. Especially here in America. I don't know if you know this. This is true. You can look it up. In Alabama, 1 in 4 adults are functionally illiterate. I know nobody's surprised, I'm just saying. It's true. 1/4 of adult Alabamans are functionally illiterate. Out of all the states, they're first in illiteracy. Which is ironic because they're also first alphabetically and they don't even know it. Alright, so I'm going to be your host tonight, guys. My name is Vince Foti. Are you ready for your opener tonight? Alright, this next comedian is certainly no stranger to any stage on Maui. So please put your hands together for my friend and my mentor, Papa Bear himself, Mr. Chino LaForge.